higher our standards for the second half. Intensity wasn't high enough, ball speed wasn't high enough, positioning wasn't early enough.
I would imagine Arsenal probably would have expected us to press similarly to the way we did against Chelsea, where we identified a player and tried to then move from that moment. So sometimes that can take a team like Arsenal or any team like 10, 15 minutes to reassess and maybe rejig a few things in their build-up. But yeah, the things we worked on, and you have to give good credit to the girls because we haven't had a lot of time after the international break. We had one training session fully with the whole team where we gave a game plan, kind of with and without the ball. And again, for large parts today, particularly without the ball, we did it really well.
Susie?
Hey, Gareth.
Hi.
Have you been given any assurances from the club over what you'll be able to do in January?
No assurances, but we have conversations and of course it's so difficult with players. Players don't want to move in January. I think sometimes as well they're more likely to move and get games when there's a major tournament in the summer, which is not. So yeah, you got a lot of ingredients that go into it that make it challenging. Competition, players not wanting to move, clubs not wanting to sell or loan. So yeah, it seems like one challenge after another. But yeah, of course, we're aligned in where we are coming up short and where we need to improve. Yeah, for sure.
I want to ask you about what you've learned about yourself as a manager in this half of the season, because obviously so long at City, very different level of resourcing for the team compared to this. Like, how have you found it kind of operating with a squad that maybe you wouldn't have put together yourself in the first instance, having coming in so late as well?
Yeah, really tough. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, it's been really, really tough, but also I like a challenge. This is a real challenge, but I do like a challenge, and I have to say the girls are like top class to work with. They really are. They're really humble. They want to be coached. You can see that they want to get better and improve, and we want this thing to work. I'm a coach that I've spoken previously that I don't compromise on. I never usually compromise on my game style or method or philosophy, but of course I need players that can execute that as well. So at the moment I am making compromises. I've been honest and open about that, and I'd be daft not to. And that is also frustrating because you don't want to, because you go, well, actually I know that this thing works. But look, I think you can see glimpses. I think you can see glimpses for sure. Even today, I felt that some of our build-up play was really good. Our brief was to bring a style and an identity, and even although there's compromises to it, I still think we've achieved that in the first half of the season.
And then last one, I mean, obviously, I think most people can see that the team's position in the table doesn't feel very reflective of performances, particularly of the last few games, where they've been really strong. What's needed to start turning those performances into points, maybe beyond, obviously, kind of needing depth?
It's really hard because I think, in most of the areas, I think we're a lot fitter now than what we were. But we were games when we were coming up short. We come up short in final bit of quality, come up short in being able to repeatedly press. So, but we haven't taken a hiding from anyone. I think we played Chelsea, we played Arsenal, we played Man City, the strongest teams, United. Its margins have been tight. Moments of the game has been very one-sided. I get that and I appreciate, but yeah. So I would say everywhere, everything needs to strengthen, on pitch, off pitch, all of those things, and then you can start to see some real positive signs.
Thank you.
All good?
Thank you, guys.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I just wanted to ask quickly about Olsen.
Yeah.
Goals in 5 starts. How impressed have you been with her?
How many? Because I had to correct someone else earlier.
In the WSL, that is 7 and 5 overall.
Yeah. Someone said 4 and 6 earlier, and I said I think it's 6 and 4.
Well, I saw all of them. 4 and 5.
WSL record.
Yeah, amazing. I think she's been great, Beata. She's very humble. She's hardworking. There's some things in her game, of course, we're trying to help her with. she didn't go on the last international break, not this one, the one before. And I think it was like the making of her, because we had like actual time. Most coaches will tell you what do they want is time with the players. But it's hard when there's games. But in the international break, worked really hard with her, and she forced her way into the team and has not looked back from there, really.
And I wanted to ask about Stina as well, who I feel like some attackers are volume players. In terms of Stina, she's not always as clean as she could be in the penalty area. Sometimes she's offside a bit too much, but she gets lots and lots and lots of shots, and she got lots of shots today and really made the difference. And I wondered, what is it about her mentality, I guess, to forget some of the missed chances and things like that?
Yeah, I've known Stina for so long, and I know that that's been hard for her earlier in her career when she was younger, to come back from those moments and just go to the next action with as much belief and conviction. I think that's what she did today. She's such a mature person now and football player. But if you look at everything she creates, we don't reward ourselves early, I think, with the chances she creates or the spaces she creates. But in the end we do it, I think it's 87th minute or something. But the disruption she creates in the back line is just not only for herself to create things, but also for the team to get spaces elsewhere.
Hello?
Yeah, I wondered if you'd been tempted at all to go to a back three at some stage, because when Liverpool scored their goal, it felt like the Red Sea parted. It just suddenly felt like there was a massive gap in the middle. And I wondered if you were tempted at all to bring on another centre-back earlier on.
You mean in the second half or in the first half?
Yes,
already?
in the
Second half.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did go to a 5 with Laia Codina the last couple of minutes. It's always a decision, because if your structure is good and you have a pressing system and a system in mid and low block with a back 4, if you go to a back 5, it always means change, and you need to do things differently on the pitch. So we always try to find the right moment of when do we do it, do we need to do it. But we had Laia Codina ready. She could have gone on in midfield as well to keep the back 4 intact, but those last couple of minutes when they started to stack numbers and Clark had a couple of long throws, we thought it was the right decision to go to back 5.
So when Kim came on, it seemed to settle things down a little bit. Were you tempted to bring on Leah Williamson as well?
No, not today. She was in the squad. She was there to get back into matchday routine and for her leadership in and around the team. But we never planned for her to get minutes yet. So the first minutes will be against Twente or Everton as it stands now.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. So she could come on against Twente?
Yeah, as it stands. Yeah, so she's still getting back into the team training. She's done a couple of 11v11s now. So we just have to find the right moment. Is it Twente or is it Everton? Or, if things change, then things change. It could be later, but that's what we're aiming for.
Yeah, sorry.
How important was it to get the win today, even if at times you must have been a little bit frustrated?
Yeah, very important. This is the last block of 2025, 5 games, and we were absolutely aiming for 3 points here at home. It's the last game at the Emirates for this calendar year. I was relieved at the end because I didn't think we performed well today, especially not the first half. So in the second half we create chances, but we struggled to get the ball into the net. So I was just relieved at the end that we got the 3 points. We deserved the 3 points because I think we concede very little and we have quite some shots today and shots on target and we stack attack. So I think we absolutely deserved the win today.